Hey, this is Pastor Shane, pastor of Eastview Baptist Church, founder of His Vision Ministries. I'm at my favorite place. I'm at our church. The reason I'm here is I like to come and I like to pray for the people. I like to pray for you. And so I want to ask a question today, though. Have you ever been stressed out? Have you ever been at your max? Have you ever been at your wit's end? Have you ever been at your limit? You know, every one of us gets stressed out from time to time. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's Nugget. I'll resume this topic tomorrow because I think it's that important. You know, people ask me all the time, they say, Pastor Shane, how do you do what you do? Or they'll ask the question, how do you even have time to do what you do? You know, you have a family, you're a pastor, you work, you've got all these ministry related things that you're doing, you're involved in the community. How do you do it? Friend, I want you to know my answer is very simple. It's God. And what I mean by that is I want to share with our viewers and listeners today, I'm like every one of you. There are times that I get stressed out in my life, and it comes with the territory. However, I've learned a great lesson early in my life, and it's called time management. Friend, you and I, we must all learn to set limits. And if we're not careful, there's going to be some people out there that will rob us of our time. I call them time robbers. Time is one of the most valuable commodities that you and I have. It's more valuable than money. It's more valuable than a lot of things that we have on planet Earth. But I want you to know something. Being stressed out, it is the gap between the demands that are placed upon us in everyday life and the time of meeting those demands. Now, I'm about to share something that may blow some of your minds. Here's what it is. The way that I handle stress is God. Now, what I mean by that is that I no longer do anything in my life unless God has called me to do it. My first priority in my life is God. He comes first. He's number uno. I'm not going to put God on some back burner. I've made that commitment. My second priority is my wife and my family. Everything else comes next. I've got to be there for my family. There's just no question about that. I do not make an apology for that. I think that we've got to be there for God. We've got to be there for our families. Work, ministry, all those other things come next. But here's what I've got to determine. What has God asked me to do? You've got to make that same determination in your life. What is it that God has asked you to do? There's a story over in Exodus in chapter number 18 that I want to encourage you to go and read, by the way, this entire chapter. You'll find that Moses was in the same dilemma that sometimes we are. We get all stressed out. Moses was getting all stressed out. But Moses' father-in-law, that's Jethro, came along and he gave Moses some practical advice. He gives us the same practical advice in his word here in Exodus chapter 18. I want to share, though, one passage that I've applied to my life that has helped me in so many ways. It's found in Exodus chapter 18 and verse number 18. Here's what it says. It says plainly, it says, "Thou wilt surely wear away." Here's what I want you to take away from today's nugget. And I'm going to expound on this a little bit more tomorrow. Here's what I want you to know today, though. Only do what you can do. In other words, what God has asked you to do. God's not going to ask you to do something if you're not capable of doing it. I want you to know that. Set your limits. We've got to trust God, and we've got to leave the results to God in what He's asked us to do. I'm going to share more tomorrow on how we ought to pursue the Lord and to avoid stress. Let's not get all stressed out. Join again in this series. God bless you. We'll see you again next time.